Okay, so for this table display, I've got a table runner, and this table runner actually has lights on. If I just switch the lights on, and as you can see, the flashing lights. Now what I've done is, this table runner was really cheap. It only cost £1, and the lights I purchased separately, and what I did was thread the lights through, the wide lights through each of the holes, all the way around, which it took some considerable time. Plus, when you first start to thread it through, what happens is you've got a lot of wire, and it's a nightmare trying to squeeze all of that wire, trying to thread it through the first bits. But once you go all the way around and get to the end, obviously you're having less and less wire each time. There were some parts where I did have to double it up, but looking at it, you just can't tell at all. In here is the vase, and I've got some red flowers in there, again really cheap. You can buy little vases of flowers for, well, little tubs of flowers for a couple of quid. You just need to know where to look. Inside of the vase also I have some lights. You can just see where the lights stick through. Once the main lights are off, then you'll be able to see the effect. In here is a tray, again really cheap. You just need to go to pound stores, dollar stores, or whatever your currency is. Go to the cheapest places to find those things, or order online if you find something cheaper online, especially if it comes with free delivery. And then we've got these fabric petals, and here we have some rose lights. Again, all of the stuff on here was very inexpensive. I wouldn't have bought anything what is expensive. So I work on a budget, and I stick to that budget. Just other things like what do have effects are this light. Like say if you go to pound stores, dollar stores, you can pick things like this up, and the most it's going to cost you is say a couple of pounds if you find it in any other stores. Here I've got tea lights, so I love heart tea lights, normal tea lights, but obviously the ones got around the same colours. And then I've got like lots of confetti, so I've sprinkled the table runner with confetti, and I've also got this big candle as well. I don't really plan on using that. And just to give it more of an effect, I've got these champagne bottles, like candles, and well, they are actually candles, but they're shaped like champagne bottles. Again, it gives it effect. And also I have chocolates, so every so often you will see one of those chocolates. That's actually a bath fizz, but I just thought it looked really effective. Maybe that'll get used. I'm sure somebody in the family will pick that up after today and stick it in the bath. But yeah, so a cheap table runner, thread some lights through, get some cheap tea lights, this champagne bottles, the rose lights, a cheap plant, this vase, and the tray that I'm using, that actually stays on the table all year round, or for most of the year. And what happens with that is I decorate it differently. So my next table display will be a Mother's Day display, because it'll be Mother's Day, I believe, before Easter in the UK. So I've already got everything I need for that. Again, I've done a lot of planning, a lot of shopping around. You can't just buy everything in one day. You've got to sort out what you'd want in your own, on your own display, what you'd like there to be in your own display. You're probably not ever going to buy everything that you do want, so there's going to be a lot of things that you would like on there. They're either going to be too expensive or they're just not going to be available. So plan early. You may discover one of those things at another time in the year, what you think is fitting towards your seasonal displays. And also, to finish off the table display, I've got this rose. A lot of these things I haven't bought them in one go. Like I say, there is a lot of planning, but a lot of these things are what other people have either loaned to me or given, and then they'll go back to those. They've just loaned them for the display. One of my favorite things for my displays is this mirror, and this mirror stays in the living room all year round. And these shelves, we decorate each window with each shelf with different things. On top, we've got some roses there. Again, they've been in the house for a little while, but my daughter loaned them to me so I could place them on top of there. I think it looks really, really effective. And what I've done is place petals on each of the shelves, and inside I've got that wheelbarrow there, and the other corner I've got the candle, another candle there, and then I've got this light up ornament with a rose inside. I do believe that cost only £1 or £2, and again, just putting petals everywhere. You're not going to find something to fit every shelf, especially with these two bottom shelves. They're quite awkward. You're not really going to rest a lot on there. In the far corner there, I've got a dolphin with a rose, and again, that belongs to my daughter. I do think it looks so effective. I try not to start too early with each display, but then you've got that problem of it ending a bit later on. So you do have this time, and it all looks so beautiful when you first decorate, when you first do your displays. But then again, it does start to look tired now, because I've got other displays to do. I've got a summer display, the Easter display, the Mother's Day display, and I've already got those planned out, and what I think I'll need for those are so exciting. I can't wait to show those, but I don't want to wish my life away. But there's so much that I want to display, but like I say, it's a lot of planning, and you just can't wait to do the next one. But it does start to look tired once you know that you have got other displays to do. But what I do want to do is just switch the living room light off, and it's still daytime here, but it's going dark. As you can see, this is what the table looks like, so you can see it in more effect. You can see the lights within the bubble, within the vase, how they're flashing. You see how effective that is. Like I said, I haven't got all expensive big crystal wine shoots and everything like that. I could have done. Again, it's more expense. Just working to a budget. I think this looks good for, you're not always going to use, we certainly don't use the glasses in our house all the time, but what we do like is to have a nice table display. And I think during these uncertain times anyway, it's always nice to get a hobby, especially if you're going to be inside of the house for some time, a considerable amount of time that is turning into that. It's just nice to have that hobby, but money's tight for everybody, so that doesn't mean you've got to go out and blow a big budget. Stick to a little amount, build it up over the course of the year, or just save up until you think certain items will be available. You can work to a budget of about £10, You know, it doesn't have to be anything elaborate at all. You can find things in your attic or your basement or your cupboards. You could find something that fits. So we haven't gone out and purposely bought a lot of things. We've probably had a lot of these things in anyway, like the roses, like the candles. We've had petals in for what we bought for other, you know, well, for Valentine's, but for other years. And the tea lights, you know, if you haven't got red tea lights, get a colour that's similar to red, or use white. It does not have to be red. Your display can be anything that you want it to be. You know, you can still stick to the theme. The Valentine's can still be the foundation, but it doesn't have to be all red. I just chose all of this because, like I say, a lot of the items I already had in, like the vase, like the tray, already had them in. And so if I just show you again, and I'm quite sad really, because this is the last day that this will be displayed this year. It's Valentine's Day today. Valentine's Day will soon be over. Tomorrow, once I've got everywhere cleaned up and polished, then I shall start with my Mother's Day display, and I've got some really pretty things for that. Again, it'll look nice and fresh. It'll look totally new, but you know, it soon start getting tired. But then I've got my Easter display, and that I really can't wait to do my Easter display. So I'll just show you these again. And there we go. Thank you so much for watching.